Howdy. Okay, so we are up here in the Dirt Booster Victory Garden. This is an all-natural, I guess we'll call it organic garden. We don't use any fertilizers, no synthetic fertilizers, no pesticides, no herbicides, no fungicides. Watch the videos on it, it's pretty cool. The production is amazing. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds of produce. Right now I have at least 150, about 100 pounds of red tomatoes on the vines that I gotta somehow harvest and give away. Beetles. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you right away how effective this product is. Let me put up what one of these bags looks like after about 6 days. Ryan and I were up in the field this morning and we went around, we picked a couple of these bags up and I said, dude, you've gotta see this. So I got the camera out and I started recording on my phone actually. Pretty amazing results. So this is, let me show you, before I get to, I'm gonna actually set up one of these for you guys so you can see it. What do we spray on here? You run into a problem where you get white flies and these little gnats and all kinds of stuff that go in and attack your tomatoes. And also the beetles come in here. I use this, I'll put a link to this in the description below. This is an organic insect killer. Aphids, white flies, caterpillars, fleas, ticks, spiders, beetles. But let me read some of the ingredients and why this is organic, because it's mainly oils. It's rosemary oil, sesame oil, peppermint oil, thyme oil, cinnamon oil, garlic oil. So it's basically a bunch of oils that are mixed in together. It's applied to it. I come out before the bees are out, or late in the day when the bees are gone. I come out, look at my wildflowers. If I don't see any bees, then I go ahead and spray. And I mainly am treating my produce. I'm not necessarily treating the flowers. I'm avoiding my flowers because the bees are going to go in there. And it seems to help. I'm not going to say it's 100%, but if you want something that's natural, use this. Next, who makes this thing? Is it Spectracide? I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to open one up and I'm going to make it for you. You'll see behind me there's a shepherd's hook. We had some shepherd's hooks and I went and bought some more of them. They're easy for us because we can just move them all around the property. Now I have 2 of these up on the cornfield. They were slat full. The orchard we had was attacked by Japanese beetles early in the season. And man, it just destroyed our orchard. So luckily some of those plants are coming back. But we had them on our green beans. What else? They'll eat just about anything, but there are certain plants that they really like. And of course, you don't want to be out here spraying like a permethrin or something on your vegetable garden. You don't want something like that. All right, so it comes wrapped up like this. So you're going to get, there are 2 little pieces, crisscross pieces that go together. Then there's this little long tie. I'll save this. I'm going to bend that in half because I'm running out of crotch and hands. I'm just going to put that on the shepherd's hook. Then you get a bag, and then you get one of the scent traps. Now this is the scent trap. Now this is kind of important. When you open this up, so see the shape of this? See how this part up here has a little thing? And what you want to do is you want to take this tab, and you want to bend this down. So it's at a little bit of an angle. See that? How can I do this? See that? See how it's at a little bit of an angle? Because you're going to install it this way and that'll keep the rain from going down and ruining that, okay? I'm going to put this up here on top of the camera. Just take these 2 things like this, put them together. Next, it comes with 2 bags and you're going to need both bags, trust me. When the beetles come in here and they get like they were up here, I'm going to warn you, it stinks. You ever smelled a dead animal on the side of the road? It smells like death. That's what it's going to smell like. Okay, so there are little holes on the bag, and all you're going to do, if I didn't do this upside down, feed it through. I don't know if there is a way you can do it. See how they just pop through? That's it. Now let me show you one of my tricks that they don't talk about. I find 2 little rocks. So I just got 2 little rocks. I'm going to drop one into the bag. I want to get it onto the one side. The other one's going to go in. I'm going to get it on the other side of the bag. Why do I do that? I found that it just put weights on the bag. It just weighs down that bag a little bit and opens this section up. You don't have to do that, but it's just something I figured out and it kind of works. So the next thing I'll do, let me go hang it up. And I'm going to bring this up. And I'm just going to sort of just twist it up like this. That's fine. Whew, man, I had to touch it. It's power. It doesn't smell bad. It actually smells like some kind of oil. All right, so this is going to go in these slots. There's a slot here. And then what you have to do is you have to sort of bend this across and get it in that slot there. See how that looks right there? I couldn't understand that from the instructions that well, but that's how it goes. Now that top flap that I bent down is on the top, so when rain comes, it protects it. That thing doesn't get destroyed, and that's it. So let me give you a piece of advice that's contrary to the instructions. The instructions say that you're supposed to hang this bag far away from where the beetles are, where your garden is, and do it down and do it and place it upwind so that it attracts the beetles over to that. My wind changes every day, and I know I have beetles in my garden, so I put it on the edge of my garden, and I put one on either side, so depending on which way the wind is blowing, it attracts them. That's the way I do it. The more the better of these things. There's a link in the description below directly to these things, by the way. I'll try and find a link to this. Now this is a hose end sprayer, but I actually put it into a spray tank, a 2-gallon spray tank. I put about a cup of this into a 2-gallon spray tank, and I found that that's a pretty good ratio out here to spray the stuff, and it does seem to really help. If I have like a solid day of rain and I come out here the next day and the sun's out, I'll have a lot of like little flies and bugs, and then I'll come out and treat it and come back, later in the day, they're pretty much gone. Whether it's repelling them or killing them, I don't know. So anyways, it works well. Try them. If you have a Japanese beetle problem, pop them up and you'll be absolutely shocked. Funny note, I was actually done shooting this video and I came up to our cornfield. You can tell it's getting close to sunset. It's just beautiful up here at sunset. Ryan and I replaced this bag. This is one of those gag bags that it smells like death because there's so many beetles in it. 4 or 5 hours ago, we replaced this bag. And I just noticed, and guess what you can see in there? That is approximately 4 to 5 hours. Look at that. Is that crazy or what? And this is a really good place to put one of those bags. Now I have one bag here, just like I said, and then on the other side of the cornfield I have another bag. All right, so let me just show you how I mix this up. You're gonna shake this up. There's no exact measurement on here, obviously, so I put about a cup in there. I put a couple drops of Dawn. I do not put a big squirt. I just put a couple of drops in there. That'll act as a surfactant on things like tomatoes and peppers and slippery vegetables. It'll actually allow it to sort of stick to the outside of it. So what's kind of funny is if you look behind me, hopefully she's still there. You can see one of the baby fawns. There's 2 baby fawns, and they just sort of look at me. They know I'm gardening. Let's see if I zoom. So they really have gotten to the point that they just kind of tolerate me here. While I'm out here gardening, it's really cool. The 2 of them are out here. I don't know where the other one is. She must be in the woods a little bit, but that's so cool. All right, so all I'm doing is it's late at night and I don't see any bees out here. So this is a great time to spray, and I'm mainly just focused on the fruit that the bugs are going to attack. If I have something that the beetles are actively eating, like a certain leaf, like a pepper leaf, because they will eat pepper leaves. The other thing is I am doing some of my squash leaves for squash bugs, but We've been in here actually doing a reset on our garden, just in case you're wondering. What is a reset? A reset is when you have that initial growth surge and initial production, and then you get hot, humid, rainy weather move in and everything wants to sort of fungus up. So what we did was we stripped all of our tomato plants down, 67% of the foliage, and just left the top foliage to get sunlight. That's really helped. The tomato plants were looking really sad. Excuse me, the pepper plants last week. We came back, we put dirt booster compost on the pepper plants and the tomato plants, and even the good witch was here, and she said, man, these things, I mean, within 5-6 days and getting some rain and getting that compost, boom, they're right back up. They're full of flowers, they're full of young peppers. But look at them now. They're just full of all these young green peppers and flowers. And they've even got some stuff ready to pick. And we experimented with all different types, but I did want to show you, this is important, our zucchini and squash. It was hundreds and hundreds of pounds. And it got out of control, and I wasn't here to pick. We had these huge yellow squash. We actually took them down to our neighbor who has goats. So we actually took them down today, and we fed probably 150 pounds of this stuff to the goats. So this was completely full of foliage. You couldn't walk through here. And today, I'll do a video on it, I think, but Ryan and Jess came out here, gosh, for almost 2 hours and cut every single leaf off this plant, off these plants, every single leaf. And I took out almost all the zucchinis and squashes. The only thing we left, let me give you a good example. The only thing we left, so here's the main plant, and you can see all the stems going out here. Any of the small, young, green foliage we left. And you can see a baby zucchini there, see it? And there's some young yellow squashes up like right here, look. See that? And that's what I want. I want to get back to the point where it's manageable, where I'm out here every day picking the right size, real gentle, small yellow squash and whatever. But I did just come out and spray these with that same thing. So hey guys, hope this video has helped if you got a bug problem, especially Japanese beetle. Those things really work. Also, if you have flower gardens or vegetable gardens, get some dirt booster and try it. Make some compost and top dress. It'll run you through the rest of the season. If you have a lawn, of course, you can put it directly on your lawn, learn more about it. Hit that subscribe and link it to everything below. I got a surprise for you coming up in 2 days. Big surprise. Hit subscribe. Doc.